Time to Shine today, episode 14. Get up, fire up. Let's get your morning routine mastered. This is Scott Ferguson. Let's level up. Hey, greetings, Time to Shine squad and Fergie's Fanatics. Yep, I said it, Fergie's Fanatics. I had a listener of the podcast and a subscriber actually write a review to me and said she is a Fergie fanatic now, so I thought that was pretty cool and it kind of flows, so I'm just going to kind of go with it. I'm just kidding, I don't know, maybe I'll keep it. I kind of like it, Fergie's Fanatics. Anyway, squad, we're going to cover our morning routine. I've talked about it a little bit, I believe, in podcast number 2, but I'm going to dive deeper into my morning routine, what I do, where I took my routine from, and how I am consistent with it, and how I have accountability partners with it. So, how you start your day determines how your day will play out. And that's pretty much 100% of the time. Okay, so I was never really an early riser, but now after reading people like Robin Sharma, Jocko Willink, Aubrey Marcus, people that are always getting up and getting after life, they are always leveling up, and I needed to find a way really for myself to level up and to move forward with my morning routine. And the morning routine to me now is critical. I have to stick to my morning routine. I've told you in other podcasts, I'm a great starter. I'm pretty consistent, but finishing has always been a problem. I made a decision in January of 2018, and it was not a New Year's resolution or anything like that. But I did make a determined decision that I would start waking up earlier. And I took that because of the people I just mentioned, and I'm always burying myself in books and learning and trying to pick up a step from everybody. Once I started doing my morning routine, everything changed. And if I didn't do, and it changed for the better, if I didn't do it consistently, my day would play out like crap. I just would find out that I was going back and forth and seeing my routine and trying to fit my morning routine into later in the day. It just doesn't work. So I had to make a disciplined decision, like Mel Robbins will say, 3, 2, 1, go, or lift off, launch. I made basically a commitment to the decision to wake up early. So I started with 5 a.m. and I'm a late worker. I'm always working on stuff until late at night. So I started at 5 a.m. and that just didn't really work for me. And I'm sorry, Robin, Sharma, and Jocko. I know you guys are 4:30 and 5 a.m. But myself, I'm a 6 a.m. guy. I wake up at 6 a.m. And it's still not easy for me to get up because, again, I'm working on your content that I want to bring out to you, my tribe, my followers, my squad. And I'm staying up late, much later than I should. So, and my girlfriend will even get on me, Susan. She'll be like, get up, or go to bed, so you can get up early so you're not struggling in the middle of the day. I've found that 6 a.m. works for me, and everything has just changed in my life for the better. So my routine goes like this. I wake up at 6 a.m. and I wear a Fitbit watch so it rings on my wrist. And it also tracks your sleep patterns and all that stuff, so that's really cool as well. I wake up 6 a.m. and I immediately throw my feet off to the side of the bed. I write down, notice I didn't say grab my phone or anything like that. My phone's not even in my room with me. I get up, I write down 7 to 10 things that I'm grateful for. And I always start with my creator, God, that's whom I give gratitude towards. You can give gratitude towards anybody you want. I'm not judgmental at all like that. But I give my gratitude to God. I thank my life for Susan, my girl, my dog Stitch, maybe some clients that I'm working with, whether they're difficult or easy. I'm always giving gratitude first thing in the morning. Bottom line, I got my gratitude. That's the first thing that I do. And then I go through Aubrey Marcus's routine he wrote the book Own the day, own your life, optimize practices for walking, working, learning, eating, training, playing, sleeping, and sex. So it's a fantastic book. It's in the show notes. Pick it up, read it, internalize it, and use it. But he has a routine where he gets moving, he gets hydrated, and he gets lit. Okay, so let's start with the moving. I immediately go into a deep squat. So I just kind of get the blood flowing through my body, and I'll sit there for 45 to 50 seconds. I'll just fall into a plank position and do a 1 minute plank. And then that's really about it for the moving until I get the rest of my morning routine going. So I get into that squat, I get into my plank, and then I get into getting hydrated. My drink of hydration is 8 ounces of distilled water, a quarter wedge of lemon pressed into the water. I add about a quarter teaspoon of Mediterranean sea salt and 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. So that rights my pH balance right away. It gets me hydrated, gets me rocking, gets me moving forward. And then we get lit. And then movement kind of comes back into it by getting lit. I get my dog, Stitch, who's my rock star, ride or die, and I get him on his leash, and then we walk around the lake where I live here in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. There's some movement, and what the lit part is, I'm starting to get that vitamin D. I don't wear sunglasses or anything. I just let my body absorb the vitamin D. The less clothes, the better. So it's usually just shorts and a tank top, and I'm really just letting myself get lit and absorbing that natural vitamin D from that big, shiny, bursting star in the sky. So then we walk about a mile, and then I come back and I grab my journal and I take it over to my laptop. My laptop in my Kindle, if you will, it's on an iPad, and I read. And right now I'm back into Robin Sharma's book, Who Will Cry When You Die. And he has 99 different little excerpts of how to level up your life. From there, I read and I pull information out of everything that I read. And I'll have what's called a learning journal. So below my gratitude is my learning journal, where I pull a quote out of there and I put it in my learning journal. From there, I journal for 15 minutes about anything and everything that's going on in my life. And I wrote about journaling, maybe it was episode 11, Journaling for the Win, where I just I just throw up on the paper. I don't try to edit it. I don't do anything. I just write. And actually I type. And that is just gets me started for the day. So I have got moving, I've got hydrated, I've got some vitamin D, I got my journaling done, I have my reading done, and then immediately I pull up a YouTube motivational video and just play it in the background. And from there, if it's a day I work out, great, I go work out. If it's a day that I roll on the mat in jiu-jitsu or Muay Thai, hit the pads, then I'm going to do that. And that's usually about 45, 50 minutes. So by the time 8 o'clock rolls around, 8:30, I've already rocked my day. I'm up, I'm moving, I'm focused, I've got my exercise, everything's done. And I'm intermittent fasting. I'm an intermittent faster where I don't eat for 16 hours from 11 p.m. until 3 p.m. So I don't have to fit meals in. And if I do have to grab a coffee with a client or a prospect or a friend, that's great. Coffee really doesn't break a fast. So I don't have to worry about meals. So that's my choice. I mean, if that's not how you work, that's fine. But I've just found that intermittent fasting just keeps me super focused. I'm planning to do a podcast a little bit down the road regarding intermittent fasting and maybe bring on a couple of professionals that do it as well. As you're going with your morning routine, it's going to be hard. It's going to be the consistency part is what's going to hit you, where you're going to just wake up, you're not going to feel it. Get an accountability partner. If you want me to be one, email me at sf@timetoshinetoday.com, and I'll put you in our Facebook private group regarding it's just get up. It's basically the name of it. And I'll put you in the group. And what we do is we log in to our Facebook group right after you're done with your morning movements to say, hey, it's done. And you're started your day out great. So be consistent. Get an accountability partner. join the Time to Shine Today Facebook group and log in there your time that you woke up and that you've got your morning routine done. Okay, so that is my morning routine every single day, and that's 7 days a week. You know what? Maybe 6 days a week, because Susan has Fridays off, so I might sleep in till 8 or 9 on Friday, but we still get up. We get moving in our own little way, if you know what I mean. But thank you so much for listening to this. And again, if you have any questions about my morning routine, or I'd be happy to share my gratitude journal with you, just email them to sf@timetoshinetoday.com. All right, squad, and you Fergie fanatics, this is Scott Ferguson. Level up your life, level up your health, level up your wealth, because it's your time to shine. Fire up. Hey, thanks so much for listening to this episode of Time to Shine Today. If you like this episode, please subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, iHeartRadio, or wherever you get your podcasts. There's a link in the show notes to our website. Also there, you will see our recommended resources. We hope you will help support our show by supporting them. If you like what you've been listening to, it'd be great if you could just give us a 5-star rating and tell your friends how to subscribe while you're at it. I'm your host, Scott Ferguson, and until next time, level up. It's your time to shine.